Imagine a spiritual pathway that addresses your physical health, emotional frequency, mental clarity, and spiritual well-being, all in perfect harmony. This isn't just an ideal. It's the comprehensive nature of the Goddess Emergence show with Dr. Brie Gibbs, a spiritual leader, healer, and trance medium, who alongside of Goddess Bell, the creator, and other masters will share information never before released on the planet to help guide and evolve humanity, and along the way, heal the 4 dimensions of body, emotions, mind, and spirituality. This show is about true spirituality, offering a new earth narrative and effective path to well-being as it accelerates the journey of our spiritual evolution to keep pace in this rapidly changing world. Get ready to emerge the goddess within each of us, both the feminine and the masculine. If you have any questions about yourself that you have no answers to, this is the show for you. Let's emerge together and emerge better. Now here is your host, Dr. Brie Gibbs.
Today's going to be kind of an emotional show for me. I'll admit this is my own experience I've been through. And as time has gone by so fast these days, working with the council, I have learned so many things. There are many councils, but I work with a certain team of them. And they have warned me several times different things would happen during this course of my journey as an entwined goddess. And what I mean by that, a lot of us have accepted I'm ascended master self. Well, this is the highest part of us that has never been on a planet that is entwined with me, and that's Goddess Bell. And I'm able to bring her through, and actually I can feel her energy right now, so I don't know what's going to happen today, but I know I have all my guides and my angels and my whole team watching over me for my own support. And Theresa's here with me today, and I'm needing it very badly, so I'll admit that. It's not an easy time to change things in people's lives, but I learned a great lesson, and it just happened a couple of days ago and this morning too. Putting others first, what does it truly do to us? Well, it depletes our energy, it takes away from our lives, and you forget about yourself. I did that. I almost made a decision to put this person first that could have changed his whole journey and stopped what the Creator has asked me to do for him and the councils. I couldn't do that. I just couldn't. This program is needed. It was created by the Creator, and it will be okay. And thanks to my guides and my angels, let's start this show now. You ready, Theresa?
I'm ready.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, I got some polisana wood in my hand right now. I can't burn it because I don't want the smoke going over the film. But you know what? I'm holding on to the energy of this wood of purity and cleansing. All right, so as we go forward in this lifetime, and we're born, take care of ourselves first. And many of us do not listen. It hits all 4 parts of the body: the physical, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual. As I have learned, it has hit my physical, it has hit my emotional, and it's hit the mental. The pain that comes from this is enormous, and I can't change it. But all I can do is warn others not to do the same mistake I did. I will not come out and not be my true authentic self. So when we do this and we're truly sacrificing ourselves for others, Theresa, what have we done?
I think we have the potential to lose ourselves and lose our way if you go too far. And you're
Correct.
using your whole 4-body system. Your physical, your emotional, your mental, and even your spiritual.
Right. And what happens when the Creator warns us this is going to happen ahead of time, though, and we don't listen?
Then you get to repeat it.
Well, sometimes, or sometimes it does happen, and you're in shock. And you go, what have I done? So now it's time for me to slow down and look at it all. So I looked at the physical. Oh, I have felt the pain. I've looked at the emotional, and boy, have I cried, especially today. And now I have to work on the rest. But here we go. Can we take this time in this new year to learn from our experiences? Yes, we can. So, Theresa, you know the experience I've been through. I will not name the situation or the person or the entity he belongs to. But the question I have, can we heal from this? And this would be the first step we would look at.
Yes, we can heal from it. And awareness becomes that very first step of what you're doing. Awareness and your commitment to want to do something different.
Yes.
So many of us want to fix things so badly, and we get so invested in a situation or a person or whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
And we just don't want to give up because we see goodness in everything. We don't want to give up, you know?
Yes, like me. I don't want to take off those rose-colored glasses, and I have to.
Because we see the good in everything that's around us, and it is very hard.
Right. So, with my situation, some things happened this morning. This person thought I blocked him. I thought he blocked me. And there was no way of convincing anything. And that's okay. But I invested a lot of time into this person, and I forgot about me, no matter what I did. And he's gotten enough information to keep himself into the light now and to keep going forward. It's amazing how others will try to destroy a friendship, how others will try to get you to back off. And I thought about that today. Why was my guides trying to warn me? Why did the creator warn me of all things and I didn't listen? Because I'm a love goddess and I want to share that love with everyone. I want them to feel the love of the creator. I want them to know the love, that it's not judgment. He's there to love you and accept you for who you are. But yet he has boundaries that we have to follow and rules, definitely rules.
Mm-hmm.
But did I break a couple rules by helping this person? Oh, yes, I do. But it's okay because I learned from it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not easy to learn from these things. So anyway, let's just go from there. So the experience I had was something that we can take forward now and say, okay, I've given enough. I've done enough. Now, how do I put myself or ourselves back together? And I'm not talking about you, Teresa. I'm talking, this has happened to thousands of people out here, especially in the community, spiritual community, and other communities where you might meet somebody that needs help and you say, I can help you with this. I can help you with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they drain your energy and they are actually energy vampires.
Mm-hmm.
Without even realizing it sometimes. You want to give that love so deeply to them. And I'm not talking a physical love even, an emotional love, a spiritual love, to let them know they're not alone. It's not something, it saddens me that this all happened. But others are going through the same. So by sharing my story, it's the only truthful way I can even help anybody. I know a lot of people say, I had a client that went through this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not that way. I can't make something up like that. I'd rather be honest. So, so as we're slowing down, which I am today, I need to take time to understand why I didn't listen. I need to take time why the creator has these rules. And the creator had the rules. It was all for my best interest. One of my goddess sisters, one day you guys will hear from. She gave me the biggest hug I needed. I needed to feel my goddess sister love. And she's actually hanging around here. And it would just really helped. And the thing is that I know that things can get better with that person. I know what you're going through. I don't know when the Creator will allow him to be back into my life or if it will ever happen, but I know I planted the seeds of knowledge, the seeds that he needs to have to go forward in the light. And the rest is up to him. Now, many have told me you can't save the whole world, Goddess. No, but I can help one heart at a time, one soul at a time, one human being at a time. And working with my council that I have, they have supported me. They've been understanding. But at the same time, it's like, Goddess, what are you doing? We love you even when you do things you shouldn't do, but still, we love you. And that is because I did not listen. So we only have about 5 minutes before the break or whatever. The thing is, I want to get to this, Theresa, real quick. How do we stop and smell the roses? I want you to answer that.
Well, I think what makes us stop for each of us is could be very different. Sometimes it's something very emotional that hits you. Sometimes it's a health scare, but it could be any kind of situation that all of a sudden kind of brings you to your knees and it says, oh, I just hit the wall. Or, I've had a few of those too. And it causes you to literally stop in your tracks. And so I think there's this awareness that unfortunately for a lot of us, it sometimes takes that extreme to get us to go focus and hear, and honestly to kind of pay attention to what we sort of already know sometimes, but we sometimes don't even follow our own advice. So
Correct.
it can be any number of things, but it does sometimes take that extreme. But we want to try to get where we don't have to get those extremes, to get this awareness.
Right. But you know what? Sometimes it takes that extreme
Yeah, it
to
does.
even help a person.
It does. It's like a shock therapy almost,
Right.
you know?
So even for them, excuse me, even for that person is a shock therapy right now for him to find out the truth.
Right.
And, there's nothing more I can say about that. But the rose-colored glasses have to come off during this time on the great shift that we're going through right now of consciousness, because things are happening in this world that's full of chaos and so much untruth is being said. I've seen things on Facebook and Instagram and social media that's not even happening right now.
Right.
And I'm trying to figure out how are they getting this information that should not even be out yet. And thanks to the council, that's why I know these things. And I'll go more in depth on that on another show, but just when I see it, we're like, how they get this information is not to be known yet. But that's kind of how that goes. So anyway, we're going to take a quick break and be right back with Theresa and I and the Goddess Emergence, where we merge together, emerge better. Welcome back, everyone. This is Dr. Brie. So how do we recover from this type of shock, and how do we heal from it? Well, first of all, accept the reality of it. That's the first thing. But the truth of it also. The truth is, it was actually not my fault. It's actually not the other person's fault. It was a collective thing that happened. But when you are warned by the Creator not to do certain things, things happen. The Creator did not create this situation, but I was warned and I didn't listen. So how do I recover? I have to use the 4-body system. Look at the physical, look at the emotional, look at the mental, and look at the spiritual. And these are things that I've been started this morning looking at. And the physical is like, I don't even want to get up and get dressed. Well, obviously I'm up and dressed. The emotional part is, I had a good cry. The mental part is now learning to accept and heal it. And then the spirit body will take it from there. So, Teresa, how do you feel about that right now? What I just said.
Well, I think that's kind of where you start, but back to the awareness of how you're feeling, and you really kind of work that into your physical. I mean, I always start with the physical a lot of
Right.
ways, because if
That's
it's
the number one. We have to.
that's number one. If you can't feel good and want to get up and do a few things, you got to get that piece down. So I mean, I feel very strongly that you've got a certain process that you go through, because it does work. But you've got
So,
to get yourself physically in shape and eat, drink, a few little things like that. Because sometimes when you're depressed like that, you don't want to do any of that.
yeah, and you know what? This isn't
You
even
know?
a depression. This is like a shock.
Yeah.
And like, how could this happen to me? How could I allow this to happen to me?
Mhm.
How come I gave so much to this person? There's so many questions I have inside of me. Do I regret giving so much to the person? No,
Mhm.
but I've learned from it. And I'm hoping that this person will take this experience and he'll be able to see through it. And it was a gentleman, I will admit that. And it's not a romantic affair or nothing like that. It's just a friendship that just totally got blown out of the water. And that took me from a place of knowing that it's time for me to stop. And the reality of it, like I said, the critter already told me it was coming. And how many of us do not want to face that? Teresa, think about that.
Mhm.
A lot of people do not want to face that certain things are coming their way.
Right.
So, working with the council has taught me so many things. One, to slow down. Well, this was a big one. Slow down. You just crash. Now you got to put yourself back together so you can help with the other thing. The other thing the creator says, Gus, you have more than just one person. You have a lot of people this program is about and to help. Why are you spending so much time on that person? Well, I saw something in him that a lot of people did not see. And the other question I asked the creator, have I always been like this? But I give, 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 and give, and give. And when I first asked him, I met Earth years, being on the planet, on Earth bodies, human bodies, right? And then I come to find out, even in my celestial side, uh, I'm the same way. And so actually it did give me some comfort at the same time. So knowing that I'm still the same here as I am out of body when I leave and at night when we travel and leave, I'm still the same person. So that made me happy to know that one. But what has it taught on other situations, Teresa, that you can use maybe for yourself?
Sure. Slow down. That is a huge thing. Well, it was a huge thing for me a few years ago, and I'm still working on it. When you don't slow down, you don't hear. And it's so easy to go, oh, I hear them, just blow past things. And I mean, you really miss a lot. Now, you don't miss as much because you are just different, but for and I mean that very nicely. We don't hear unless we slow down or take the time to meditate and a few things like that. Um, so much guidance and value is there for us, just waiting for us to open up and just listen and just grab it. That's what I've learned.
I wish I could burn this right now as I'm sitting in here for energy. It's like, okay, let's get rid of negative energy. All right, here we go. So if you're looking to recover and slow down and looking at the advice that we've been given, the four body system is a code. That's the one thing people need to know. Um, they say, oh, it's just a process. No, that is a code from the creator that has been given to all of us. The physical is like a one, the emotional is a two, the mental, the three, the four, the spiritual. So when you look at all four parts, it's a special code. I cannot give out that code completely, but what I can tell you, it is a code that is necessary that we have. I think that and the other thing is, this is not about judgment. This is about self-preservation, about taking care of ourselves properly, listening to our guides. As I put my earbud back in, listening to, yeah, they keep wanting to slip out today. Listening to our guides and making sure we pay attention to them, because there's only so many times they can slap you upside the head and say, okay, you're not listening. Now you're going to learn. And that's exactly what happened to me. Um, and as I learned now, taking the first couple steps, I realized that I've done the journey. I've done what I could do, and now it's time to move forward. But do I feel tearful right now? Yes. Do I feel upset? Yes. And those are things that I have to change in me. Um, I just can't hide this, Theresa, today. I can't, and I won't. Would you hide it?
No, because if you do that, you're denying your own truth of how you feel about the situation. And we talk a lot about truth, and I know we will more on other shows,
Right.
but put it in the grander scheme of what's going on in the world. And what's the most important thing here besides the love we carry for ourselves and each other? It's truth.
Right.
It's truth.
And that's one thing, is if we don't carry this truth inside of us,
Right.
what will happen?
You can't.
Everything you believe in, everything that you stand for is buried.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the one thing is I asked you a question, Theresa, here. This is, I know you know the answer, but I'm gonna ask this. I want you to answer it in a different way than you answered me before. Can the Creator take me off this journey He put me on?
I believe the Creator can do whatever is in the best interest.
For
You,
or
Earth plane, the
mhm,
journey. Yes, that's what I believe. Yeah,
the
absolutely.
celestial world, everything.
Absolutely.
As a walk-in, the other thing could have happened to me yesterday if I did not listen, is my higher self that I'm entwined with, Bell, God's Bell, could have taken over and I could have been taken home.
Mhm,
That's the extreme measures.
mhm,
But the Creator's not like that. Yeah. But if it was necessary to continue this journey for the great shift of consciousness, because it's so necessary, because this world is changing. And we have talked about it and talked about it. And, Kahu Fred Sterling wrote about it 20 years ago,
mhm.
and in the Great Shift of Consciousness and all his books. And it's like, did everybody forget this was happening? And that's why it's back, because it is happening now. We're in the midst of it. That's why all the chaos. That's why the how do I want to say this? Why all the ugly has to rear their head so we can see it, to quash it away, to drink it down, to get rid of some of it before it takes over. They talk about what's happening um, in the presidential stuff. I don't pay attention to that. I'm sorry. I just don't. I should know about it as a goddess, but I try to stay out of it because I want to stay away from negative as far as I can. But and I'm seeing what's happening with the immigrants and illegal people being here, and I feel so sorry for them. I'm not talking about, are they criminals or not. I have no right to know that. That is their journey, their life, their mission that they've been sent here to. So I just feel sorry for the children that are being separated from their parents. But is that a form of the lower vibration, Theresa?
Yes, I believe it is. I believe it is. I've always kind of thought, as we've talked about the great shift in consciousness, that a lot of things are coming to the surface that need to be looked at to say, does that work for the whole anymore? What harm are things causing? What truths do we all collectively need to know now? And what do we have a right to know? Yeah. And
Right.
how do we want to go forward in our care for ourselves, each other, and the world?
Right. So let me ask you a question. What happened today with me, which you know the whole story?
Mhm.
Why did that have to happen? Why did I have to be so hurt and another person hurt because of other people?
Well, I think maybe the integrity and the truthfulness of others, it can be very harmful to all of us. It can be very harmful to all of us. And I would just maybe leave it at that. Why do we all do what we do? And we're all learning what kind of behaviors are appropriate.
Right. So, as light workers, I'll say this: we shine our light.
Right.
As goddesses, we shine our light even stronger.
Mhm.
Could that cause it?
Oh, very likely. Very likely. Yeah. We're
Because
strong. We're
I will
stronger than
not. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
and say we're stronger than we know. And we came to show the light, to hold the light, to share the light,
Right.
grow the light. So we came.
So,
Yes, it is threatening
yes,
to others.
very threatening to them. But you know what? I will not stop showing my light. I will not stop shining my light. I am
Exactly.
who I am, and
That's
I am so proud to be the goddess I am that the Creator sent me to this planet at 3 years old to walk in this body and do this journey. It's not a journey, it's a darn mission. I'll
Mhm.
tell you that right now. I'm so tired of saying journey right now. This is a life journey. No, this became a mission
Yeah.
that for the great shift of consciousness because it's time for it to happen. And when I heard in 45 years, there will be no more fish in the ocean for people to eat because of what's happening to the planet. Get a clue, people. This is really happening. We'll be right back with Theresa and the Goddess Emergence. Thank you. Back, everyone. I will go straight back to the great shift of consciousness that in that last segment that way. I want to speak to you about that for a moment. This is the ever-changing world. One heart at a time, one soul at a time. But there are things that have to change on this planet so we can evolve into another dimension that is nothing but love. On the third dimension, it can't just be love. It can't. It's a duality that is harder than ever before. But the next dimension that we are headed for is of love and truth and honesty and compassion for others. You cannot buy your way into it. Your money won't mean a darn thing. If you are not of the light, you will not make it through. And maybe I'm saying some things that are very harsh right now, but the reality is I've learned the hard way. And that when I talk about this, the Creator has compassion. The councils have compassion. There are many councils, but they will only allow those to come through that are willing to make a difference and change. So as I look at myself today, there's a change that has to be made in me. I need to take care of myself first before I can take care of others. And right now, honestly, that's the hardest thing I've ever said, I think, in my life. I've always been the person, even as a child, I heard at 3 and 4 years old, that I always cared about other people, took on daggers, did things so other people would not be hurt. I'm 66 years old now, and I'm having to learn that I can't help everybody. So please listen to my words. Rise up, goddesses. Rise up, divine female, divine masculine, and know that you can't help everyone and that you can help yourselves more than a lot of us can. This is not a day today that I'm saying go to my website and I can, you can sign up for a program and I can help you. I could say that, but today I want to give out some free information. Grab yourself by your bootstraps, but grab yourself your Palo wood as I'm having to hold this thing out. I'm surprised I haven't lit it on fire with the heat in my hands right now. Just rise up and take care of yourselves before you help others. And here's another thing that the Creator actually gave me. Believe, trust in yourself, and do not second guess your decisions. I did that. I second guessed the decision several times what's happened, and it became a mess. So know that if you do not follow, trust, believe, and do not second guess, that's also a code that this kind of hurt and frustration can happen. So as we go into the great shift of consciousness, know your surroundings, be aware of your surroundings, know what's by you, what's not by you. If you feel like you got somebody walking behind you and you don't see something, protect yourself, bubble yourself in a pink bubble of love. Do whatever you have to do to keep yourself protected from these energies that many do not see. And there's a lot of us that do see them and are aware of them. Ask your angels and your guides to keep you protected when you're driving in your car or walking your dog on the sidewalk. Mine stay in the yard. I don't take them out very often because you got a big yard to play in. All right, here we go. Balancing yourself for this time. Yes, I have to balance between what was right, what was wrong. I have to balance myself of being the love goddess I am and knowing that I'm here to do this mission. I have to balance my routine with my work, with my home life, with Theresa. I have to rebalance everything now that I've learned the truth about some things. It did not destroy a friendship between Theresa and I. It did not destroy any relationships at all. It just created chaos, even with the situation I had today. And that chaos comes from a lower vibration than I ever want to speak about. So, Theresa, what do you think about that?
True. You know, you talked about just before the break of grabbing yourself by your bootstraps. You know, it reminds me of I believe this is a sort of a Buddhist philosophy, but many others as well, that says we don't have yesterday, and we're not promised tomorrow.
No, we're not.
We have today, and today is the present moment. So start now. It's all we have, really. Keep that awareness in your head as you say, I will change things and I can do things different. Start today by loving yourself enough, because the ripple effect is huge. Don't forget the ripple effect when we love ourselves and take care of ourselves.
That is so true. It's a ripple effect.
Mm-hmm.
So I could have just said, put a replay up today, an encore, or I could have came on here and did my job like I'm expected to do. So I'd rather have done my job than put an encore on or something somebody already heard than the truth. All right, let's go ahead and talk about this now. Then helping others now. How do we balance that? How do I make sure that I never let this happen again? Oh, guess what? Make sure I take care of myself first. Take the time to know what I'm saying. Be careful what I release, information I released out. I gave a lot of information to help this person. She said, I've given you a lot of information. And a lot of the information will come out on the air here, but and on YouTube and everywhere else where I'm at. But the thing is that the information is so neat right now that we're in a shifting time and we need to be balanced and secure and know who exactly we are. Do not second guess who you are. I'm not a corporate leader. I'm not someone that says you're doing things wrong, even though I know the information is wrong. I can't tell you what information is wrong. That's a hard thing, Theresa. You know that?
Yes.
If I hadn't checked with my guides to find out, is this information wrong, especially someone that's very popular out there speaking this information and saying their mediumship or channeling this person, which is not happening, I still can't say they're wrong. It's not my right. I don't have to say judgment because it's not judgment, it's truth. But till I can tell people and have the conduit here with me so he can bring this person through that everybody's hearing from.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying the person that's mediumship, and I'm talking about the celestial being,
Mhm.
ascended master. So that can happen. I can't even talk about it. Those are rules that we have to follow. And that's hard, especially for someone like me that just wants to speak, say what she has on her mind.
Mhm.
You know, I'm not trying to be rude or nothing, but it's like, I know that's not him. I know that's not him. Why are they doing this to him? But there's nothing I can do about it. So, knowing yourself every day. There's a new thing I thought about today. Look in the mirror. Look at the reflection in the mirror. Look behind what you, not just the facial features. Look at that deep reflection in the mirror of who you truly are. You'll be surprised. You might see your eyes color change. You might see your hair color change. I guess mine's everywhere the same way. It doesn't matter. But the thing about it is that if you look at that reflection of who you are, which I will do when I get off the air today, I will tell you what, that reflection will be much different than it was 2 hours ago, or even before I started the show. Because I'm accepting the truth. I'm accepting right now the situation. I'm accepting that I can't do nothing about it except speak about this and much more. Um, I'm not saying about this subject, but much more I can bring out of things that I'm not comfortable bringing here out to others, so they do not make this mistake. And Teresa, you know, we've done it with our own family.
Sure, of various degrees. Absolutely. We're all learning. We're all learning. We're all on a mission. We'll call it journey, but we're all learning. Every day we're learning. We have the potential to learn every day if we slow down and
Right.
just
Right.
really
But I like the word you use, mission, because you know what? It's so true. We're all on a mission.
aim to do a job. You know,
Yes.
it's we're lucky.
None of us would be here if we weren't here to do a job.
And you know, sometimes that job, especially yours too, because you are out in the public environment so much more than many, it takes a tremendous vulnerability and courage to do and to speak the way you do. But
Thank
that's
you.
what's needed. And I think, and I think I'm hearing it in the bigger world, there is a lot of courage in people standing up to their truth. And I think that's so needed. And it starts with people like you,
Thank you.
sharing and doing what you're doing, because the courage spreads and they'll hear you and they'll go, I've had that too. And now I have a path forward to say, how can I change that?
You know, like on our last show, we said letters to God/creator, and I call sorry creator of all. So I call him the creator of all because creator is all. So here we go. I heard from some people that have written letters from him to him, sorry, and their prayers were answered.
Hmm?
But then they write another letter and their prayer was not answered and they get angry. Why is that, do you think?
Timing. I think, well, learn from me. You know, I've had both those experiences too. And it is about slowing down. It's about timing and it's about not going so fast on things. But I think timing is a huge thing too. And sometimes we ask for things that maybe are not in our best interest.
There you go.
I think we have a higher selves and guides and wherever that go, maybe not. Maybe
Your
not.
high, your for
I
you,
know.
your higher self will tell you. Mine will.
Absolutely.
Well, God's bell will tell me or whatever. Sometimes she just sits back and just says, "Okay, I know she can handle it. I know she can handle it." I feel her support right now, and I'm very grateful for that. So we have about a minute left. We're gonna take another break real quick because I need these breaks today. I was thought I could walk right through this, but I have a little problem with this. But the one thing when we come back, we're going to talk about how can we truly help others without making this mistake. We'll be right back with the Goddess Emergence. We merge together, merge better. welcome back, everyone. I'm sorry, I have a lot of pain happening right now. I'm trying to hold it together. How do we truly help others? By being ourselves and taking care of ourselves. By not allowing others to tear you down. By not knowing that you're a spiritual leader. We're not limitless, but we have a part of us. We have to slow down and say, enough is enough. And we have to deal with the pain. I think that if we look at things in a different way, and we look at that way from the creator's point of view, none of us signed up for an easy mission, and that the love that we give people don't stop. I can't stop this one even if I wanted to. Know that love is the most important thing you can carry inside of you, and that you will never stop that love, no matter what happens, what situation. If you do, you will limit yourself to a way you'll never forget. I'm sorry, I'm emotional. This is really hard right now. I put glasses on so I can even see. Oh God. Okay. Great, I look horrible. I'm sorry. Just don't stop loving anybody, no matter what, who they are. You can walk away from them, but walk away with love. Please. Okay, Theresa, give me some examples of what we can do, please.
Well, you talk about not, well, don't let people change you. It's one of the hardest things you do is when you hear things, know that a lot of what you might hear about yourself is just simply not true. Believe in yourself, know who you are. We are divine beings with a heart full of love, and hold that. Don't lose that about yourself. Believe in yourself no matter what comes at you, because there are arrows coming at you. And
We call them daggers.
They're daggers, arrows. See the untruth in that and know who you are, and don't let anything shake that belief. And if you can hold that every day, and you get up every day and you go, oh, you kind of know what you need to do each day sometimes. And sometimes it's just taking care of you. It's just one or two little things you do, but I believe we each know what is in our best interest. Sometimes if we slow down and we know who we are, that resolve will not break. And don't let anything change the love that you carry, ever.
No. And that's one thing I won't change.
It's not true. Just know that that's all this earth plane is right now. And it's not true.
No.
They're light beings.
And being the goddess I am.
Yes. You feel it deep.
I cannot give out my full name. That's just forbidden, because enough people know I'm here with my certain name, and that got out. And it wasn't on our side. It was on a dark side that found it. So it's okay. They've known I've been here for a long time.
You can do, stay positive.
Oh yeah. I'm not afraid of them. That's the whole thing.
The light, isn't it? It's
yeah.
Some days to stay in the light.
Right. I'm not afraid of them. I don't like the dark side, and that's just how it is. A low vibration, stay away. Light always wins, no matter what.
Yes, it does. Love wins always.
Mm-hmm. So here we go. Knowing when you did enough for others, when do you stop? Mm-hmm. Well, I've been stopped. Will I worry about that person? Probably. But I know that he's in the hands of the creator, and now I have to leave it there. And that's love. That's one thing. The other things I will do is start exercising. Mm-hmm. That's taking care of myself. Mm-hmm. LA Fitness is 3.5 miles away. I can go swim every day. to get rid of the excess little flab I got on me that I need to get off. Meditation. No matter, I do a lot of meditating in my bathtub, where I can, the water's a conduit. So I can go deep down into my meditations and take myself places where I need to go. The one thing I will do is go down to see my goddess, Sister Gaia, Goddess Gaia, and take myself down to the center there at the heart. And there's a special healing pond that I've talked about. If you just ask to come down, which is respect, even I do, respect to come down, go to the healing waters. There's a pond there. She will guide you. And you go in the pond, and she'll lay flat. And then there's an amazing waterfall. You go underneath, and inside there are crystals. At first they look white, and then all of a sudden you see all these different colors happening. And what do you think that's doing, Theresa? That is illuminating all the chakras in the body, outside the body, inside the body, all that we have. So we have over 1,300 chakras that get lit. And during that time, they are healed and spinning correctly and cleansed. Now, there are other things that we can do also. Spend time with your animals, spend time with your friends, spend time with your loved ones that make you feel good. And put yourself back together again then. So during this great shift of consciousness, I just got one heck of a lesson, a test. It was my trial I had to go through. And the Creator puts us through trials for a reason, to see if we're strong enough to do the mission we are asked to do. We have 2 minutes left, so I want to take this time real quick to finish talk about this mission. You'll be hearing more about the great shift of consciousness because it's been put to the wayside. Many have talked about all these different dimensions we're in. If we were in them, we would not be on the third going through all this chaos. And so I will start talking more about the great shift of consciousness and why it's happening and why the Creator has decided to start accelerating it. I think that's really important right now that we know that. And as I close this today with the couple minutes we have left, to the special person that has been hurt as much as I have, the love will always be there for you. Please never forget that. And know, you know how to get a hold of me. When the timing is right, when the Creator says it's okay, when you feel it's right, I will be there and here for you. God's bless everyone. Thank you for listening to Goddess Emergence. We emerge together, emerge better. Thank you, Theresa. Thank you, Nate, to my producer. And I'll see you all next time on the Goddess Emergence.
Thank you for listening to the Goddess Emergence Show with Dr. Brie Gibbs. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 2 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com to experience spiritual pathway that addresses your physical health, emotional frequency, mental clarity, and spiritual well-being, all in perfect harmony. This isn't just an ideal. It is the comprehensive nature of the Goddess Emergence Show with Dr. Brie, a spiritual leader, healer, and trance medium who, alongside the Goddess Bell and the Creator, offer messages from the Masters never shared or released on the planet. Beyond the show, Dr. Brie offers individual and group sessions at drbriegibbs.com. That's drbriegibbs.com. We hope to see you next time.